Good morning and welcome to Marty's Tying Bench. I'm putting together Vice Squad kits and we're going to tie a Sparkle Dun. This is a PMD colored Sparkle Dun. It's a mayfly. It can be tied as a late stage emerger or as an adult, a dun. You can tie it in any colors you want. You can tie it for bluing olives in small sizes, tricos in tiny sizes, PMDs in the range that they come in, calabatus for the lakes. You're just going to vary the colors that you tie on the abdomen. Now, this is a size 12 hook. Any standard size 12 hook will do. This one's a size 12, and I chose that just because you can use the yarn as it comes out of the package. It's got about the right volume. If you're going to tie smaller sizes, of course, you'll want to preen some of that out and adjust the volume accordingly. Now, this one is known as a Sparkle Dun, meaning we're going to have an Antron SHUCK rather than tails. If we put tails on it, it's a Comparadun. The amount on the typical card when you purchase it is way too much. So I pulled out a third to a fourth, and that's about right. Now, as I tie to the back, I want to make sure I don't make any wraps down the bend of the hook or it'll start making my shuck droop. So stay up on the straight part and go ahead and trim that about the same length as the hook shank. For body material, we're using turkey biots. This one is PMD, or Pale Morning Dun, is the color. We could dub this. We could use quills. We can use just about anything we want. Turkey's pretty easy to use with. It makes a good looking bug. So I'm just going to peel off one biot. And with turkey, you don't need to soak it. They're pretty soft. Goose, and it helps to soak. Now I'm going to tie that in gently, not too tight, and come forward to that place we started, about a third of the way back. Now, before I wrap the biot, I'm going to put in a wing. The wing is poly yarn. Remember, the tail is Antron. We like poly for the wing because poly yarn is buoyant on its own. Now, I'm going to cut that off square and measure with my fingers from the very back of the bend of the hook to the eye, and that is where I want to tie it in. Now, each wrap of thread is moving forward until I get from a third of the wing, a third of the way back, to a fourth of the way back. So when you fold that up, there's still a lot of space in front. We're going to dub a head up there. Now let's get a few security wraps, and we're going to use those to kind of dam it back against the wing to stand it up. Looking good. Now, excuse me just a second. Get in there with your scissors and cut it as close as you can. Now we're ready to wrap the biot forward. It doesn't matter how you tie a turkey biot in, you're going to get this ridge standing up. Oops, I want to get my thread back here closer. Nice looking little body. Now all of those thread wraps behind the wing and all that space in front we're going to fill in with dubbing. The dubbing I'm using is some of Water's Edge Hydro Dub. It's nice and soft, has just a tiny bit of sparkle in it. And I want this dubbing to be spread out thinly on the thread because I need to use that to help shape the wing. Before I go in front of the wing, I want to push it back and get those fibers to spread out. There's our fan wing. Now that they're spread out, I can build a dam in front of it, and I'm really digging down there with the thread to keep it good and tight. Just a tiny bit more dubbing. And hold that wing out of the way. Couple of turns right in front and right behind. Yeah, I had some stray ones go down to the bottom, but I can pull those back into place, no problem. Let's tie a whip finish. And a final check on our wing. If I fold it back, it should be right there against the bend of the hook. If it's a little too long or a little too short, that's okay. Don't throw it away, don't scrape it off. Now I could just grab these fibers on the edge and pull them out to the sides. And then tease it until I have an even fan. Now if you look at that from the front, you'll see kind of the shape you're looking for. So you can see that won't sink. It's like a yard indicator, won't be able to go down. And from below, the fish is going to see the entire profile of the insect's body. That's what this fly is designed to trigger. So there you go. Tie a sparkle done with this poly yarn, and you'll find that when you get your floatant on it, it floats pretty good, even into some pretty rough water. And once you get the hang of this, it's a short step to tying these with CDC, which is just a little bit more imitative, or tying it with deer hair, which is bulletproof. Those are the original Compare-Duns and Sparkle Duns. Have fun with this one. Tie it in a bunch of different colors.